I thought it impossible for a money-hungry Wall Street investment tycoon to change, but it happened. Zacchaeus was a sort of forerunner investment tycoon of his day. This video provides insights into grace, repentance, and divine love. Zacchaeus, a chief tax collector, was a wealthy man in Judea, sort of a wealthy investment tax collector. But you see, the Jewish community saw him as a collaborator with the Roman occupiers and exploiters of their own people. As their chief, Zacchaeus was most assuredly isolated, both socially and spiritually, from the community. Roman wealth cost Zacchaeus. He was no longer welcomed in the synagogue. He was marginalized and avoided other Jews. But lying underneath his prosperity was a longing for something more, which compelled him to seek out Jesus. His short stature could symbolize how he fell short in the eyes of others. Zacchaeus, determined to see Jesus, sets aside his dignity and climbs a sycamore fig tree. This act is humble, suggesting a willingness to risk mockery, derision, and ridicule for a glimpse of hope. Jesus calls Zacchaeus by name. This was a pivotal moment, being recognized by the rabbi who drew such great crowds of people. Jesus invites himself to Zacchaeus' house. The encounter leaves Zacchaeus changed. Moved by grace, he pledges to give half his possessions to the poor and repay anyone he has cheated fourfold. This is a dramatic reversal, an act of restitution motivated by genuine repentance. Jesus declares that salvation has come to this house, a restoration of his relationship with God and his community. His story is one of hope. It illustrates that no one is beyond the reach of grace. The religious leaders are present in the background, their reactions providing a counterpoint to Zacchaeus' transformation. They saw themselves as custodians of the law. To them, tax collectors like Zacchaeus were traitors. Jesus' decision to dine at Zacchaeus' house was a cause for scandal. Table fellowship was a sign of acceptance. For a rabbi to break bread with a sinner was in their eyes a transgression. Luke notes that all the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be the guest of a sinner." The word mutter echoes the reaction of the Israelites and signals resistance to God's surprising ways. Viewpoint of Jesus. Jesus' encounter with Zacchaeus reveals his mission and provides a model for engaging those on the margins. Intentionality and compassion. Jesus seeks out Zacchaeus, calling him by name and initiating a relationship. Jesus disregards social stigma by entering Zacchaeus' home. He offers acceptance before repentance, demonstrating that grace is a catalyst for transformation and salvation to those willing to receive it. Therefore, I find that the story of Zacchaeus is a compact and powerful account of encounter and transformation. Through Zacchaeus' eyes, we see the possibility of change and the joy of being found. Through the religious leaders, we glimpse the challenge of overcoming judgment and embracing radical grace. Through Jesus, we witness the heart of God, a heart that seeks, welcomes, and restores. In reviewing this narrative from all three perspectives, we are invited not only to marvel at a life changed, but to consider our own openness to grace and the boundaries we are willing to cross for the sake of compassion and community. Just as Jesus found Zacchaeus and called him by name, Jesus is calling your name too. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and gained insights from it, do me a huge favor. Click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but goes far in helping me to bring more insightful videos like this.